Hello, and welcome to Recall French Vocab number 1. We're going to look at vocab in a studio's living room, and here are the 20 words we're going to learn. So let's have a look at our memory palace, so we can find our locations. So the living room is on the first floor of this cottage. So we're going to go up the stairs to the living room, and this is our first location on the stairs. We go up, and we see our second location by this rather comfy armchair. Our third location is the first part of this kitchen. And our fourth location is the second part. Our fifth location is the table and towards the corner of the living room. And our sixth and last location is the desk. And there'll be 3 and 4 different words per location. So here's our first location, the stairs going up. And we're going to start with the banister. When you think of a banister, I want you to think of it as a ramp that people are skateboarding down, smelling sweetly as they do that. That's a girl skateboarder. La rampe, la rampe. We don't say la rampe, we say actually la rampe. So I've given you the phonetic in brackets below for all the words. The second location, the second item are the stairs. And with stairs, we're going to think of escalators, boxing glove escalators. So there's a boxer going up the escalator to show that it's masculine, but it's also plural. So we'll say les escaliers, the escalators, les escaliers. And finally, the stairs are made out of carpet. And with carpet, we're going to think of tapestries, the Bayeux tapestry, men fighting again, with boxing gloves and weapons. Think of carpet, think of tapestries. Le tapis, le tapis, le tapis. The tapestry is the carpet. Our second location is here. We're going to start with the image on the left with a scarf. We're looking very sharp in our scarf. We're part of the Rat Pack, perhaps. L'écharpe. L'écharpe, feeling very sharp with our lovely scarf. Our next item is one of my favourite. It's faux toes, le fauteuil. Here's Batman's foes, and we're concentrating on their toes. Having a fight with them, perhaps. It's masculine, le fauteuil, le fauteuil. And finally, the window. And what do we see outside of the window? Well, we see glorious English countryside in the fens. We want to be in the fens. Fenêtre, fenêtre. The fens. The verb to be is être. We want to be in the fens. La fenêtre, la fenêtre. The small r at the end shows that you sort of give up on it at the end, but it is just there. Fenêtre. Here we have our kitchen. We're going to start with our dishwasher. With the dishwasher, I want you to think of a fantastic East End market seller. You love the way he sells things. He's always confident and he's shouting about, and you love the way he sells. Le lave-vaisselle, le lave-vaisselle. You love the way he sells in this. He's selling you this dishwasher. Le lave-vaisselle. And the sink. We come to the sink, and we're going to think of a levee. Here's an amazing levee around the Mississippi, keeping the water out, which is what a sink sort of does. It keeps the water in. Levier, levier. Think of a levee for sink. Levier, levier. It's masculine. Levier. Now the cooker. La cuisinière. We're going to think of fine cuisine. when we think about the cooker. The French are famous for their food. La cuisinière. The cuisine is fantastic. La cuisine. La cuisinière. Beautifully smelling, lovely smelling food, fine dining. There's lobster and soups and lovely things. La cuisinière can all come out of the cooker. And finally, the fridge. Now with the fridge, we're going to refridge it. We're going to put things back in the fridge. And here's a guy, a réfrigérateur, le réfrigérateur. He refridges things. He puts things back in fridges. Le réfrigérateur. And here's the second bit of our kitchen. We're going to start off with the freezer, and I love this one because we're going to think of conjurers. Amazing conjurers who made things disappear. Le congélateur, le congélateur. When you put things in the freezer, you make things disappear for a while because you usually forget about it. Le congélateur, so a conjurer makes that happen. A microwave is similar to the English, but slightly different, so I'm going to break it down. It's masculine, le, and it's micro and. Le micro-ondes, le micro-ondes. Micro, here's micro and an and sign. Le micro-ondes, le micro-ondes. And finally, the boiler puts on a fabulous female show, smelling wonderfully there, with deers in it. La chaudière, la chaudière, la chaudière. Put on an excellent show with deers. Here we have a number of items, and we're going to start with the table. And table is spelt the same way as in English, but you don't pronounce the L-E at the end, la table, and apart from very subtly, la table. So here we have a tab, can of drink, bought and sold around the world, owned by the Coca-Cola company, la table, and that's on your table, la table. Now all cupboards are famous. They have a blue plaque on them. Here, William Bligh, Commander of the Bounty, lived here, and they all cupboards have placards on them. Le placard, of famous men that have sailed around the world. Le placard, le placard. It's masculine. Le placard. Le thermostat. Le thermostat is thermostat, so again, very similar to the English, but the pronunciation is quite different. So I wanted to draw your attention to someone with the most hair you can think of, a Rastafarian. Le thermostat. Le thermostat. And finally, we have a laptop. And for a laptop, I want you to think of an ordinary tour that moves around, like one of the bus tours. L'ordinateur portable. L'ordinateur portable. A computer that doesn't move around is just a l'ordinateur, but a mobile one, like a laptop, is a l'ordinateur portable. It's portable. You can take it around with you, like a bus tour. And it's there, if you've ever been on one of these tours, they're pretty ordinary. They're an ordinary tour. L'ordinateur portable. And finally, here's our last position, and we've got a chair. And we're going to think of Sharon Osbourne when we think of a chair sitting in it. She's la chaise, la chaise. Sharon is chaise, la chaise. It's sitting in our chair, smelling very nice. The telephone is an easy one, and whenever the English is very similar to the French, I'm going to use a British flag to show that it's le téléphone, le téléphone. And finally, we all work for the CIA at our desks. We all work for the bureau, le bureau, le bureau. So here are our 20 words. I would like you to pause this if you'd like to test yourself. And here they are with the French spelling and the phonetic, our phonetic spelling. So you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like and use that as a card for Recall French Vocab #1, a studio's living room. Thank you.